Good day everyone, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Xinwei and I'm delighted to be here today to talk to you about exploring the significance of the work of other practitioners informing my work. Sorry to anyone who might fall asleep for the next 10 minutes due to my mumbling pronunciation. My talk is divided into 3 parts. I will start with what aspect of the artists of their work affect me specifically. Then I will look at 4 artists have been selected based on their influence on me and the showcase of their work. And finally, I will be showing some of my personal work to demonstrate the influence these artists have had on me. Firstly, let me explain how I learned various things from other artists. The first one, obviously, is technique and skill. Watching how other artists use their brushes, colors, and how they organize their work is like getting a lesson in how to do things better. Second is creativity and innovation. Artists are always trying out new things. You can give a try in your own art. Secondly, is expression and emotion. Art is a great way to express yourself. By looking at how artists express emotions, you can figure out how to show your own feelings in your art. And the next one is narrative and storytelling. If you are into telling stories with pictures, watching how artists create words and tell stories help you learn how to do it too. And the last one is artistic philosophy. Some artists have their own big ideas about art. Learning how these ideas help you see art in new ways. Now let's focus on the first artist. I think everybody has heard about Alphonse Mucha, a Czech illustrator, played a significant role in the history of art. But barely anyone knows much about Kai Nielsen, another Art Nouveau artist. Kai Nielsen was a Danish illustrator. Unlike Mucha, the illustrator's work was not popular during his lifetime because of his unique style, but due to shift in social fashion, they both died in poverty. Okay, let's go back to the paintings. His work is filled with elements of fantasy. His works are full of fantasy elements. In addition to Scandinavian, Art Nouveau, and ukiyo style, creating an atmosphere and a mood that give his work a mysterious, dark, romantic, and flamboyant character. And he is considered one of the greatest illustrators of the golden age of illustration. And his paintings can be broadly summarized in the following features. First, of course, is complex details, and then is fantastic characters, and the third is elegant lines. And the last one is most important is construct and balance. Negative shades plays a role in the composition in terms of construct and balance. Although Nielsen's work is rich in detail, he also makes effective use of negative space to give the image an air of openness that contributes to the harmony of the overall composition. There's another thing worth to say is Kai Nielsen's contributions to Disney as an illustrator and a concept artist in the 1930s. But his time at Disney was relatively short, and when he returned to his hometown, art was no longer popular due to the start of World War II, which is another reason why he ended up in poverty. I actually found this illustrator in the library 3 years ago when I was looking for inspiration. I was struggling with which style I need to use for an obscure project in my portfolio. Of course, I'm not copying his art style. The fun thing is that I'm really impatient person during my most of lifetime. But when I have a fever, I can settle down and draw those complicated lines, and I don't know why that make me feel a bit better. These two pieces, one from my previous portfolio, and another one is one of the Hampton Court storyboard, both drawn during my favor. Next, I'm going to introduce some of the artists who have influenced me in part. The first one is Mary Herbert. Mary Herbert was born in England in 1988 and lives and works in London right now. Her work is an intuitive search for memory and sensations. Subtle and mysterious works are created in hazy, dreamy tones. These works swimming between the real and the virtual. She said that painting is a very direct tactile way of creating. It is a free space that I can wander into. I like the simplicity of drawing. You don't have to conceive too much in advance or limit the final result. I have a sketchbook and I usually do little sketches in pencil. They are like windows along which I can enter the studio and develop more complex paintings. This is what I mentioned before. You can learn not only the style of the artist's images, but also know how they get inspired. Let's now turn to some of the artists I often followed on social media. Starting with 30 Doors, who is a tattoo artist. She loves the beautiful curves of the human body and specializes in portraying them with well-controlled lines. One thing that I found interesting was her opinion of tattoo artists. And she said that tattoo design is a fun thing to do. The final product has to be achieved on the human body. And the rendering that exists only in a computer is not complete without final creation on the human body. And once upon a time, I'm dreaming to be a tattoo artist. Of course, I have tried her style before, not very successful. The last person I would like to introduce is a commercial artist and a very important person who led me to the illustration profession. She is now an illustrator and a photographer in Shanghai called Chun Guan. I saw her watercolor works about cats in a bookstore about 10 years ago. And at that time, I just thought that is way cool. Then I construct her through the book's construct details, and almost all of her work in social media are all about cats, with bright and bold colors. And also she's a favorite of many famous brands in the field of commercial collaboration. During the period when I was exploring my painting style, this artist more or less influenced my style and my painting habits. These are my paintings from different periods, and to a certain extent, you can see the original art's shadows through these paintings. An artist can influence me in many ways, as I mentioned at the beginning, not only in their style of painting, but even in some cases in the course of my life. In short, an artist's impact on his or her fans is a complex interplay between artistic expression, shared experience, and ability to resonate with an audience's emotions and beliefs. And I'm grateful for their contribution to my learning journey. That brings me to the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them right now. Thank you.